Good morning. You are live in the CNN newsroom. I'm Jim Acosta in Washington. We begin with the fallout up on Capitol Hill over the explosive secret recordings of Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito. While representing herself as a religious conservative, a liberal activist captured Alito speaking candidly about the difficulty of living peacefully with progressive opponents. And in new audio just released, Alito slammed the media for holding the nation's highest court accountable.
I'm so sorry, first of all, about all the attacks on me by the media. I just think they're piling on you.
Yeah.
It's undeserved. So, and I just wanted to ask you, why do you think the Supreme Court is being so attacked and being so targeted by the media these days?
Well, I think it's a simple reason. They don't like our decisions, and they don't like how they anticipate we may decide some cases that are coming up. That's the beginning and the end of it. And there are groups that are very well funded by ideological groups that have spearheaded these attacks. That's what it is.
Like who? Sorry.
Oh, ProPublica. ProPublica gets a lot of money, and they have spent a fortune investigating Clarence Thomas. Everything that he's ever done in his entire life, and they've done some of that to me too.
Reality check. If you sit on the nation's highest court with a lifetime appointment and you face no direct electoral accountability, you can't reasonably complain about media scrutiny. We should note Justice Alito did not respond to our request for comment. And a statement to CNN ProPublica says it, quote, exposes abuses of power no matter which party is in charge, in our newsroom operates with fierce independence. Here in Washington, Republican lawmakers are rushing to Alito's defense, arguing that Democrats are undermining the court's integrity, even as they push conspiracy theories about a two-tier justice system.
This is an effort by Democrats to undermine the court because they want to pack the court.
Why shouldn't Alito recuse from these January 6th cases?
It's ridiculous. That's not anything to recuse himself for.
I think this is just frankly, a rank, cynical political effort by some of my colleagues to make the Supreme Court an issue in the elections.
There is no evidence of a justice system weaponized against conservatives. What there is evidence of is Justice Clarence Thomas accepting lavish gifts worth millions of dollars from Republican mega donors. What there is evidence of is Justice Alito's religious zeal. Joining me now is the woman behind these recordings, liberal filmmaker Lauren Windsor. Lauren, you've been taking some heat from Republicans. They're going after your work. What's your response?
Shocker. I mean, Republicans being cynical about anything. But, you know, I wish that they were more shocked about the ethics breaches at the Supreme Court than some lies that I told them in order to elicit truths that serve the greater public good.
Yeah. And I did want to ask you about some of that, but the other question that I have, and you and I were talking about this a little bit last night, the way you were able to get access to these Supreme Court justices. You were able to pay, what, $500, something like that, to attend this event held at the Supreme Court?
Yes, I bought a ticket.
You bought a ticket?
Registered in my own name.
And, I mean, this is something that a lot of Americans can't afford to do. They can't shell out $500 or whatever to go to an event and have access to these Supreme Court justices, yet you did.
Yes, yeah. And I wasn't the first. I learned about the tactic from Reverend Schenck in the reporting from the New York Times after the abortion rulings.
So this has been done before. And
by conservatives.
Yeah, and what does it say about access to the court?
Well, I think that if you have
You're
enough
a high
money,
roller in D.C., I guess.
If you have enough money and the right connections, then you get the access.
Yeah. What do you make of what Alito said there about ProPublica? What are your thoughts there?
Well, what's crazy to me is that he's talking about they're spending a fortune investigating Clarence Thomas when, Clarence Thomas just refiled his ethics disclosures to reflect all of these trips that ProPublica unearthed. So obviously there's a there with ProPublica's reporting. Obviously there's a there with what I'm reporting. Otherwise people wouldn't be talking about it and they wouldn't be attacking me.
And court watchers have noted that Alito's tone of aggrievement has deepened in recent years. His views have been on the winning side of many court cases, though. I mean, he's been winning. There was another audio that said, you know, talking about winning. So why do you think he's so aggrieved? Why is he? It sounds a little bit like sour grapes.
When I had two separate conversations with him, one in 2023 and one in 2024, and 2023 was right after the reporting on Clarence Thomas came out. He did not yet face the scrutiny from ProPublica. In the intervening year, he has, and my sense is that he is more aggrieved by the media scrutiny. He thinks that he shouldn't be held accountable, that the Supreme Court is just not subject to Congress.
And last night, you and I were talking about this, and when I said, well, why did you do it the way that you did, you said, well, why isn't the media doing more scrutiny? Why aren't members of Congress applying more pressure on the Supreme Court? Do you think Democrats in the Senate, for example, on the Judiciary Committee, have done enough to hold their feet to the fire?
Certainly not. I do not think that Senator Durbin has done enough. I know that there are many arcane rules to Senate procedure. I think that there should be something done by Democrats if Republicans are going to refuse to, you know, pass any ethics reform whatsoever. It's kind of crazy to me that you could sit there and say, like Lindsey Graham did, I believe it was this morning in a tweet, that he was going to block any ethics reform for the Supreme Court. So that's a great message to run on. I'm anti-ethics.
Yeah. Well, and the Wall Street Journal, I mean, they kind of went after you too, and basically said, well, is this all that you got, you know, out of this? And the only actual news they say from this is that Sam Alito's wife corroborated that he is not responsible for whatever flags have flown at his homes. What's your response to the Wall Street Journal?
Well, even in the one instance they point to, clearly he's enabling that behavior. They've had a discussion about it. Yes, she's an enthusiastic flag waver, but he's still allowing it to go up, and it's clearly a political message. There's much more than that there. There's, you know, the anti-pride comments, the Vergonia flag, the rant.
Explain that, the Vergonia flag.
Yeah, so we were talking about and this is crazy, I'm not sure how many people live around a lagoon, but she was saying, you know, I have to look out across the lagoon at a pride flag, and she's very aggrieved about that. Wants to have a Sacred Heart of Jesus flag in response, but it actually satisfies her, I think that's the exact word, satisfies her, gives her pleasure to imagine creating her own flag with different iconography, but it would say Vergogna, which is the Italian word for shame, and she was very emphatic about it. Vergogna. So.
But spouses of Supreme Court justices are allowed to have views. Yeah. She's allowed to have her own views, right?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
But when your spouse is one of the most powerful men in the country, you know, with his fingers on the scale, literally, of justice, I mean, are we going to say that we are going to do away with impartiality, the bedrock principle of our democracy, of our jurisprudence? Is it okay? He's admitting that he cannot be impartial. He's saying there are things that cannot be compromised. One side will win. It's one thing to be an ideologue and for people to know that. It's another to actually sit there and say that you're not going to compromise on certain things, particularly when there's very life-changing decisions that are coming forward in the next couple of weeks. And I think the American public deserves to know, what are those things that are non-negotiable for you? What are the things you're not going to compromise on?
All right. Lauren Windsor, thank you very much. Appreciate it.